Here I am at Sunshine's studio. There's
Hi, welcome to the studio.
Wow. So you've gone through different stages of inspiration with your artwork.
Definitely. I've done quite a bit of abstract. I'm in in the middle of a project, in the midst of a project called the Shoes Project, where I'm painting women's shoes to help people who need shoes get shoes through Souls for Souls.
Nice.
So I donate to Souls for Souls for every painting. And a few months ago I started making these dresses,
Look
and
at these.
I can't stop making
They're
dresses.
so cute.
These are the ones I made this weekend with a lot of wrappers, and
Oh
these
my.
ones are personalized too because they have letters on them.
Oh, look
This
at
one
that.
I made for someone I know named Kathy with a K.
Hold on, let me get to that.
Okay.
Hold it up. I want to zoom in on the K. Oh, that's so nice. Aren't they cute?
Fun.
Very
They're so
nice.
fun, and I think they make people smile, so that's
Well,
awesome.
they're really unique too. I've never seen anything like those anywhere. Oh, look at these.
I made those ones for my mom. She doesn't know it yet, but I
She
asked her to
loves little
save
roses.
She saved her tea tags for
Oh,
me.
cute.
So, and then there's actually, all the dresses are unique on each side. So that's something that's kind of cool. Well, this
let me
one's
see.
actually similar
So that's the
on both
T.
sides. Yeah.
Gosh. And look at this little one.
And she was really pretty like that when she was a little baby. I mean, she still is pretty, but
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was a cute little
little
baby like that, a little cheruby
Picture,
baby.
little Gerber baby.
Yeah.
Oh, look at your big dress over there. I should zoom in on that.
So this one is kind of like life size.
Yes. And now, did you do it kind of paper mache type stuff, or?
It's torn paper, and it has acrylic and lace and some fabric from
Oh, and
old
look at the
clothing,
neckline.
rags, curtains that were, disintegrating actually because they were so old, and so yeah, just fun.
So you probably see materials and everything, like things to
I
make
see
something out
dresses.
of. Okay. So in every, you have the tea bag look, the different things that you'll use to.
And I'm making some aprons for my friend Mimi at the Playful Garden.
What is the Playful Garden?
The
The
Playful
restaurant?
Garden is, it's a little garden shop. It's so cool because they have all different garden
Oh,
art
tool.
things.
Oh,
So it's actually garden art.
that you would
And
put in your garden.
Right.
Nice.
And things that you would use in the garden, like garden gloves and hats and just really cute stuff, though. But almost all of it is made by artisans and artists.
Aw.
So it's really
Where
cool.
is it located?
It is right behind the Learning Fair off of Main Street. I forgot the name of the street, but it's right across from Pizza Azzurro. It's right around the corner from that.
Tell me about these little tiles.
The little tiles are just kind of self-expression, I guess. So
They make nice gifts, as I've
they
taken
do.
advantage of myself.
Yes, a lot of people have purchased them for little gifts, and they sell regularly at the gallery. They're nice, nicely priced.
Pick them up on your way in and out.
Real easy to carry in your luggage and everything for people who are tourists from out of town.
Let me get a nice little shot of you.
Oh,
There she is. and here's our friend too visiting.
This is Malachi.
Okay.
Look. Oh,
There you
smile.
go.
he
You
goes, I can't help it. I
art
always
dog.
smile. I always smile.
cute.
Okay, so let's see. There's,
Okay,
this
yeah,
is
let's
torn
look at-
paper and
okay.
glass.
Ah, yeah, that's really
That was one of
beautiful.
the first torn paper pieces. I showed that for a couple months in the gallery. And I just changed out my display about 2 weeks ago.
Now, what would be an asking price for that?
I think I had $280 on that, which is really good for that size in the art world. So, you know, my stuff does sell on a regular basis because my prices are really good.
Decent.
So if somebody loves it, I don't want cost to be prohibitive,
Right.
you know, but I don't want it to be ridiculously low either.
Right. Yeah, very good. And then we've got your shelves with all your little goodies.
Yay.
It's just so beautiful in here. It's very peaceful. That's the feeling that I have when I'm in here. It's
A lot
what
of
a
people say that.
serenity, peace. Oh, and there's a picture of some shoes. So we should
Here are some of
do
the
that.
shoe paintings.
And
And I actually have a show at Shoes on First, which is on First Street.
Oh, great.
Right next to the Goodman Library. They
Yep.
moved a couple doors down, right next to the Historical Society, which is the Goodman Library. So I have, I think there's 16 shoe paintings in there still.
Wow.
And they've been showing for... this is
And
the
now
third
when
month.
they sell, then you donate a portion of
I
that?
donate $20 for every sale. This is a really high priced one. Usually they're $58.
Uh-huh.
No, 55. I'm sorry, 55. So it's right around $60 with tax.
yeah.
And then I give $20
Nice.
to Souls for Souls, and
that'll
I pay my
get a-
California tax.
Oh,
So everybody
very
benefits.
good. Everyone benefits. Now here's a nice sitting room for the company to gather when we have little gatherings with
Yeah.
you. And there's a beautiful...
So small groups are just getting together for.
Well, and you mentor
Little
some artists
visit.
too, right?
Yes, I do. I've had a couple of artists come through here as mentors or mentees.
Yes.
I guess you would say.
Yes.
And I'm actually going to meet a young lady this afternoon who wants to come over and just have some dedicated time to do work. So
This is a
I think-
great place for
yeah,
anyone.
and I work
Yeah.
here anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not. I like to be able to share. It's nice to.
Is this
have that.
Malachi?
That's Malachi.
There's
Yeah, that was in
Malachi.
2008, so he was a youngin'.
You
He was only about
you were
3
younger.
years old.
Yeah.
See, I was only 3.
Yeah. Wow.
And Marty made this for me. I need to glue the back part because this part came off. But Marty made this shoe for me, and it's
Marty
got
Palmer.
Marty Palmer, and it's got all the seasons. Isn't that
Oh,
sweet?
isn't that dear? And that's just
She gets
a
a
collage.
lot of. It's a collage. She gets a lot
Wow.
of compliments on it.
Wow.
People love it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's something I want to do too. That's something I've thought of for a couple of years actually, ever since I started doing the shoe paintings, is actually collaging on shoes.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened yet because I just don't have a
Well, you're
source of
now-
shoes. I don't want to use new shoes.
Thrift store.
So yeah, thrift store.
But I mean, there's probably people that have old shoes too that could. I mean, when my daughter went through her shoe phase as a teenager, she'd buy all these high heels for, $10 and then couldn't walk in them. So I've still got some of those I could donate.
Awesome. Maybe it's time to get started on that.
Yeah.
So I cleaned out my studio I think it's been about a week ago. I just got this burst of energy for a few days and cleaned, and I'm so excited because
Now you're
all
ready.
my drawers except for one are totally organized now.
Nice. Let's
This
look at a
is
few of
buttons.
those. Look
This is a
at
collection
that.
of buttons that my grandmother gave to me. This is
Nice.
adhesives. This is
Oh,
fabrics.
yeah.
Fabrics and threads.
Tapes, bias
Bias
tape.
tapes. And this is patterns.
Oh, look
so
at
dress
that.
patterns. Really
Oh, I
sweet.
sometimes see things at yard sales. I'll grab them for you.
Oh, cool.
Keep
And
going.
this is, let's see, this is paper.
Uh-huh.
So this is really actually special papers and actually even pieces that I've started on.
Nice. Have you always
This is
loved
just crazy
doing
junk.
artwork?
Yeah, ever since I was a little kid.
Yep.
I loved it. It was kind of like a
Did you ever think you'd
therapeutic
be
thing,
an
I
artist?
guess. Yes, when I was 15, my best
did.
friend said,
Yeah.
she goes, "You're an artist."
Oh.
Like with this realization,
Yeah.
her name's Diana.
Yeah.
She goes, you're an artist.
Oh.
I was like,
You think,
oh,
maybe
I'm an artist. And then after
and
that, yeah. And I
it's
realized even, before that I had done a high school art class, and I got out of bed in the morning for that class.
'Cause you loved
I
it.
loved it. So these are baubles, and
Oh, yeah.
I need to organize it better, but these are baubles and little
Yeah.
like pieces of lace and
Yes.
and little pieces of jewelry that I don't
little preciouses.
wear, but won't that be precious
Oh,
on a little
that's cute.
dress?
That's so
So it's
cute.
so cool to use all these crazy things,
And
that-
it stimulates you when you look at them. Your
Yeah,
pattern, you'll
it's like-
think in your head.
These are wrappers.
Oh.
This is a coffee thing that our son sent us from Alaska, and I love it that it has the word resurrection
look
on
at
it.
that.
So I'm going to use, parts of it in a dress. Q-tips box.
Nice.
We went to Cold
Oh.
Stone on a date, and so I'm going to make a Cold Stone dress and give it to the owners of Cold
Oh,
Stone
that's so sweet.
with the scripture on
Yeah,
it.
yes.
And this is protein bars, and then you can see the wrappers there. I did.
Oh, there's.
This is.
And your faith has
Scrapbook
played a big
stuff.
part in your
Oh,
artwork.
absolutely, absolutely. I really feel like it's kind of like my
God
it's my
inspired.
calling.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah. These dresses are a gift from God. I really can't take credit for them. I mean,
He
it's
just
so
inspired
beyond me.
you.
It's so beyond my thinking, and it's just fun.
Yes.
It's really, really fun. So it's like a win-win situation because I'm having fun, and people
And you're getting
people are
feedback.
buying them in the gallery, and
People
people
are
just love
happy.
them. So yeah, it makes people smile. Is what is a lot of feedback I've received.
Well, I'm
So.
going to do another little overview of the whole place and just kind of zoom in and out so we have it. And then we can have a keepsake, a little film.
Oh, do you want to see that one piece that I'm
Oh,
working
yes.
on?
Yes, yes.
This is the full armor of God. I haven't worked on it much, but you can see
Oh, my
that I've worked on it for
goodness.
a couple of hours, I think. A couple more hours.
Yeah.
So it's probably got about 5 hours in it.
Look at
Something
that.
like that. So anyway, this is a long-term project.
Yes.
And it takes a certain level of inspiration to work on. It's So-
You almost kind of need recoup time for
yeah.
different
Yeah.
spiritual times with the Lord and
Exactly.
come back to it.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
There's the sword. That's definitely taking shape. And the
This is
shield.
Belt of truth.
The belt. Look at that.
The
Shield.
the shield of faith.
Yeah.
The breastplate of righteousness.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then the shoes which is the gospel of peace. They actually have part of the gospel in them, like the
Oh,
fish,
look
the
at it.
perfume bottle,
Uh-huh.
the pitcher of water,
Uh-huh.
little things like that.
Isn't that
So,
fascinating?
and then this is the helmet
Yeah.
of salvation, the sword of the spirit,
Yeah.
and the sword is like somehow it just took up the whole
Yeah.
top
Well,
region. So
that'll work for us.
yeah,
We need that.
that's everything, right?
That's beautiful.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Cool.
Nice.
So it is kind of in the storage area.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I'll turn off the camera.
Well, thank you so much, Paula.
Yeah, wait, let's get me and you together.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll turn it like this. I'm trying to do it slow so we don't have those kind of funny There we are. Hi. All right. Okay, cool.